How you doing, guys? Good morning. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you for joining me back here on my desk. As you guys can see, I have another toy review. This time it's Legacy Cosmos. I had been looking for this guy everywhere. I think I've been to about five different sorry, not Target, Walmarts in close and near to where I live, and nobody seemed to have this guy. And like I said, five different Walmarts on different multiple locations, a ton of different trips. Sometimes specifically looking for this guy, other times just happened to be around the area. Point being, I've looked everywhere. It doesn't seem like I could find this guy. I just didn't have the luck, I guess. I would go in the morning, really early when they open, nothing. I would go perhaps at night when they're doing restocks. No luck there either. They seem to have or at least on my end, I can find every other figure except for this guy. My understanding is that this guy is short packed. They only really put one per box, and then obviously it's exclusive to Walmart right now, and who knows how long that exclusivity will last. But as you could see, I have one now. How I got one is I actually just decided to pay a little extra and got it via AliExpress. I believe this came from China, so my assumption is that this is a real figure and not counterfeit or a knockoff. It looks pretty real. I paid about 45 bucks, including shipping and handling. So I figured after going through all the effort, gas, time that it took me to go to different Walmarts to finally find this thing, I was just better off paying the extra. I think this thing's normally 30, so I guess I paid extra 15 or 20 bucks. I'd figure it certainly helps my sanity. So anyway, so here we are with Transformers Legacy Autobot Cosmos. And you guys can see him there. I still have not opened this. The box did come a little beat up, but it doesn't really affect me because I really, for the most part, don't keep my boxes anymore. I just don't have the room for them. But some really nice artwork, which is a shame. I guess it would be nice if I would be able to keep the boxes because there is some really nice artwork that they've done with these, and I do like the scheme of Legacy, the color scheme of the blue, at least of this. They call the Velocitron Speedia 500 collection. Really cool. No plastic, because my understanding is they're trying to be a bit more environmentally friendly without the plastic, but really cool stuff. And here is the toy in the back. Really cool. And I don't have a US packaging to make a comparison to, so I don't know if the US version has this sticker. I'm assuming because this was shipped directly from China, maybe this is different. But anyway, there's a figure. I will rip this open, try to put it through its paces, and then we'll do a short review. So here we are back. I finally taken this guy out of the box, and I gotta tell you, it's so awesome to have this guy. I know to a lot of Transformers fans, Cosmos may not be like an A or maybe even a B list character, but I've always loved this little guy. I've always had a fascination with the smaller, the mini bots as they call them. So it's nice to finally have this on hand. Obviously, the figure came in packed in his I guess UFO mode or his alt mode, which in this mode he's really well put together. Everything looks like it's tapped in a really good place. You guys could see it. The green, I think, is really well done, and I don't really have any issues with my copy, at least in this mode. I love this silly UFO mode. It's so awesome. I love a lot of the detailing here on this top portion of the UFO mode. The blue, the silver, the Autobot insignia. I think it's done really well. The different shades of green. Again, really cool. I think it cleans up really well from this side. I have no issues. I think it's awesome that they were able to give us this Cosmos. He's an A player in my book. I guess, and here's the bottom. I guess the only thing for me is that I guess you can see some of his legs here. I don't know how they would have been able to perhaps include a cover so that some of the hollowness and the parts don't show. It doesn't bother me too much because again, I will be displaying this guy, like this, or if I put him on a flight stand for the most part, you're not really going to see the bottom, but that is something to note that there is some hollowness here and you could see his legs due to the transformation. I do like this yellow that they've used painted against the green. It's really cool, almost mustard-like in comparison to the other yellow or orange, however this looks on your screen. But this mode, it's pretty ace. I like it. I have no issues on my end. This is pretty much G1, exactly what I was looking for. Again, I think I'm going to keep mentioning this throughout my video. It just really sucks that this is limited to a single retailer and they decided to do one per case. So yeah, but overall this mode is awesome. In the box, I did also get instructions. As I said, I bought this from AliExpress, so I'm assuming this is, and it came from China. This is for the Asia market, so you could see that stuff there, but you do get the exact same instructions. I'm assuming you would get in a US figure, and this one specifically takes about 21 different steps to get to his alt mode. So you do get that. The other thing that I've noticed that they've been doing, obviously no cool background like they do in some of the other figures, but they've been including the weapons attached in this, I guess, tissue-like paper. So if you're like me and you throw your boxes out, be very careful and make sure that you double check every nook and cranny in every section of the packaging, because you may end up throwing accessories out that you didn't mean to. Right, you certainly don't want to do that. I'm assuming what's in here, it's his gun and yep, that's exactly what's in here. It's his gun and the little flag accessory. I guess there's some paint here, some paint issue, but again, it doesn't bother me. This is a little flag that he holds, I guess he's in line with the Velocitron Speedia 500 theme of the race, right? And this kind of, I'm assuming it goes here and it goes in his gun, and he can hold that as a flag, checkered flag, or a peace flag if you want to make him a peaceful bot. And this is obviously his gun that he can hold in his hand. Some really nice detail there. The green, I think, again, is done really well. It's a bit simplistic, but I think it fits in really well. So you do also, or at least I got these as well. Again, I don't have a US version to compare this to because, well, as I said, the US version is very hard to come by. Yeah, but without further ado, I'll probably transform him and then we'll come back into robot mode, do some comparisons, and then we'll probably just wrap up the video. All right, guys, so here we are back in robot mode, and this thing is just awesome. You guys could see this guy's pretty much G1. You guys could see it here. Really cool the way he transforms. I know the term mini masterpiece gets thrown around a lot, but I do think Hasbro and Takara are doing a good job with these deluxes. The way he transforms, like, even though, I mean, the back looks a little messy, but I mean, I think for this size, I think the transformation, I didn't mind that. I like, there was some clever things being done with pushing this panel out. You can pull this out so it can fold in and tab into the back. So this little backpack thing is pretty secure. What I also do like is there's no loose joint or anything. Nothing, everything fits just right. Nothing too crazy on my end where limbs are loose. If I had to mention anything negative about this figure, would be the gaps that there are here in the arms. And this is because the fist for the most part goes in there, and you could see that that's where it's supposed to fit. But when you transform it into his bot mode, this section here is kind of all empty. So perhaps I would have wished there would have been like extra panel to sort of cover that for us that are going to display this guy mostly in bot mode. But the alt mode, the UFO mode is pretty ace, so I may keep him in that for a bit. The figure itself, again, so awesome to have this guy in hand. I think Hasbro, again, awesome job with the way the designers have sort of done this. You guys could see there's some hollow nose there, but I'm gonna be displaying this guy standing out. You guys could see him there. I love the deco. Obviously, the green with the yellow looks really nice. Again, I mentioned this earlier in the UFO mode. The chest now stands out pretty well. The head, again, really well done. You can see some detailing there, and the head fully turns fully around. Really cool. The eyes, there's no messy paint or anything, which is really cool. You get your standard articulation with the arms. They do move completely. Actually, on the elbow here, you can fully turn this around if you wanted to for posing. The fists do not rotate. They kind of do fold in, but that's part of the transformation. Obviously he could put his arms out if that's sort of what you're looking for. There is you can do almost full, yeah, you can do a full rotation here of the body, but it kind of gets stuck, I guess, there for me anyway. But you guys could see you could turn him around mostly for cool poses at the waist. He's got his legs 90-degree knees. There is some ankle articulation there, ankle rocker, so you can pose him. And there is this is also on a joint. You guys could see it there. You could turn this guy around. But overall, I am very pleased with this little guy. I think it's awesome. A lot of cool detailing here on the arms. He's got his little, I guess, like guns. Almost remind me of the null rays or on who's that? Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime. But yeah, this guy's awesome, man. I can't stop gushing about this guy. I'm glad I was finally able to get this figure. And once again, I'll mention, not sure what Hasbro was thinking. I know, Cosmos is not necessarily a huge player. He wasn't in a lot of episodes. Obviously, he's not Jazz. He's not Hiram Hyde. But I really wish. Fine, if you're gonna put one per case, at least don't make it store exclusive to Walmart. But here we are. So again, as I said, I had to go the AliExpress route for me. At least the figure seems to be legit. As I said, no issues with anything. It looks great. Paint looks awesome. And I'm really happy to have this guy in my collection. And again, as I said earlier, you do get a gun, so his gun can fit here in his hand, so he can hold it and shoot at Decepticons. This same gun is also the flag. So again, you could tab that in here and you have his flag, and he can hold it in his hand as well. He could, wave you in as you get the checkered flag as you win the race. Really cool. But just to wrap up, I'll do some quick comparisons, and then we'll sort of go from there. Okay, guys, so comparison time. Here to start him off, we have a Beachcomber from the Titan Return series. I love this figure. I think it's really well done, but I do think at this point it may be a bit undersized. So Hasbro, Takara, maybe time to start thinking about redoing these. But just want to show the size difference there. So that's that guy. Another guy that I really do love from, again, Titan's Returns was Brawn, which this is a nice little figure, but now I do think this guy needs to be made bigger. Really cool. And then the last one that I do have here from that Titan Return series was Sea Spray. Again, I love this little figure, but I think it's the time that they start thinking about upscaling these. And the last three that I showed you, like the Brawn and the Beachcomber, as I said, I think they could just upscale them. Maybe the Brawn they need to retool and redo the transformation a bit so it looks a bit more accurate. But there you go. There he is next to the Titans Return mini bots that I have. Now with something more recent, here he is next to a Decepticon kickback. Again, I think that scale works beautifully, beautifully. Um, so that's kickback. What else do we have here? Here is run amok and runabout, and I often forget who's who. But here you go. You guys could see the size comparison there. I love all of these new figures. I think they look so awesome. Runabout and Run Amok fit really well with Cosmos there on that scale. Then what else do we have here? So I think that's pretty much it for the Decepticons I have on my desk. Some Autobots, and my main reason for wanting this guy so I could pair him up with guys like this. Here's a Hubcap. Again, I think that scale does work really well. Here he is. We'll move Hubcap out of the way. Here he is next to Huffer. Again, it's so awesome to have both of these guys in hand in my collection now, to be able to put them together so you guys can see the scale. Those work really well. Here he is next to Pipes, which again is a retool of Huffer. But again, I think that it's so awesome to have these guys together. Then we'll move on to here he is next to Warpath. Again, these guys look awesome together. I think they work really well. He is next to Cliff Jumper. There's the Titans Return figure. This is another figure that I've been looking for, the Studio Series movie look from the Bumblebee movie. Hard to find at Target. I don't think I'll ever get that one, but I'm so happy to have this one. But you guys could see, I think they look really well together. And lastly, here he is next to the Netflix Bumblebee. And again, really cool. Yeah, but overall, I'm really happy to have this thing. Obviously, the pain in the butt thing is finding this guy. If you're in the US and you were one of the lucky ones to be able to get one for retail at Walmart, then, awesome, you have this one. I think if you're like me and you had a plenty of bad experiences going to different Walmarts and just not having the luck, perhaps going the AliExpress China route would work for you. I obviously something is worth what you're willing to pay for it. In my case, I thought the $45 that I paid for this is definitely worth it. Just because not having to go to a Walmart or to 5-6 different Walmarts at different times trying to just find this thing just became more of a hassle than actually fun. So, and I know, again, I know Cosmos is not a big player, but if you're going to do like a version of a guy like this, then I would release him on as many stores as you possibly can so that folks can get their hands on this guy. Because it's a really good figure. Like I said, I paid $45. To me, that was definitely my upper limit. I have seen this guy go, I think, on eBay for like almost $90. I don't know that this is a $90 figure. It's a shame that, I guess the scalpers or whatever, but certainly Hasbro and Takar or, whoever made that decision of one per box, it certainly wasn't a wise one, in all honesty, because this guy, I think everybody should have a chance to add him to their collection, and you could see him there with all the other mini bots, which was the reason why I sort of wanted to have them, or with the other Decepticons as well, the smaller ones. Definitely cool toy, definitely worth it. Sucks that in the US people are having such a hard time getting him. I would say he's definitely worth it. Again, for the 45 that I paid, I'm more than happy with the toy. Yeah, I didn't really have any issues, so I would definitely recommend this guy if you can find him. Much luck to you out there if you're still in the US looking for this guy. I hope you get yours. But that's pretty much it. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for spending, your very valuable time with me. I certainly really appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Certainly willing to help anyone out in the community with any questions they may have. Otherwise, thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be nice to each other. Be safe out there. Take care. And I'll see you around.